So I went to Twitter to make a little, I guess, little post, right? Little post based on my YouTube channel. And I start reading, and it's amazing to me how many people are like just upset by this game. I know that it's an always online game. Like, I get that. But I personally am used to that because Elite Dangerous is the same way, but yet it's still one of the best games in its genre. And unfortunately, we don't really have any other options on console, so that was kind of unavoidable. Um, but I looked at the way sports set up, and I'm thinking, this is just me spitballing. It might not even be true. But what if the online only option is temporary, just so they can iron out any bugs that might occur on launch day for users that otherwise would have an interrupted experience? Because if you look at sport, they got the same flack from that. And they really did. They got the same flack for being always online. The monetary transactions, yeah, there's no problem with how much money you get in this game. I've got 43,000 credits. I've got 4 cars already. I've only been playing for an hour. People bitching about money, they aren't putting in any work. None whatsoever. Because I haven't even done but 3 actual races. Okay? So, literally, I've already got 43,000. I had about 12,000 after buying my car. I have since within the last 2 hours gotten 3 cars, finished 3 races, and I've finished 1.5 license tests. 1.5 worth license tests. In other words, I'm halfway through the A license test now, the first A section of the license tests, right? But some part of me just says, look, the always online is going to be temporary. And the reason is because I refuse to think that they did not learn from Gran Turismo Sport. And it's not that I absolutely refuse to think this, but I mean, considering the flack they got on Gran Turismo Sport for this same type of feature, something tells me there's a reason behind why they keep implementing this. And I think it is going to be eventually the way things go. There's no fighting it. Digital is just going to be where it's at. It's going to happen. I had to resort to buying a digital copy of the game because we couldn't drive on the icy road with the storm going on the way it was earlier today. It's since cleared up, but earlier last night, all last night it was bad out where I live. And it's icy and it's sleet, and you're just, with my little Chevy Cobalt, it isn't gonna make it, right? But because I don't got a like large block or anything on it, right? So like, yeah, it's just a tiny little engine that I got to get from point A to point B, and I'm not trying to like drive it in the snow. It's been good to me so far. I don't want to treat it like that, but like, all that aside, I know some people gonna be making some jokes about my Chevy Cobalt. I already know, because I'm talking about a racing game, and there's a lot of you hardcore car fanatics who are gonna be like wielding your dicks around. I get it, I understand. I'm a Natasha fan, so I'm used to that whole idea of like, oh man, he's one of those guys. I get it. Okay, that aside, in terms of Gran Turismo. Getting back on topic, in terms of Gran Turismo, I feel like something about this seems more to benefit the game versus to hurt it. Because, like I said, the flack they got from Sport nearly fucking killed Sport. It nearly killed Sport. And until they implemented the offline features, it didn't come back. So something about it just seems like it's really for technical issues. Like technical issues they worry might arise from the onset. For instance, live streaming the game. You can't do that unless you're online anyway. Alright? I heard people talking about how they were planning on launching their careers and this was just a big letdown. That they couldn't get both copies, like the PS5 version. You can.
You can transfer it if you've got the digital version, but you cannot if you've got the disc version. That's just, come on, guys, it's just not going to happen. There's a lot of people who are saying that the game is not on disc, that all you're getting on the disc is the DRM, which, if that's the case, I hope that's not the case. I don't know if anyone's went into the, like, data on the disc and looked at the actual files on a disc, but if that's the case, I hope that's not the case. But they said that about GTA, and I'm telling you right now, it wasn't true, because I can play GTA offline. I can play it offline, so it just wasn't true. They said that about Destiny, and Destiny, I think it was true for. You had to be online for Destiny, which was kind of lame. But yeah, it's definitely it doesn't seem like they wouldn't have learned from sport with large backlash they got, but it does seem to me like this seemed to them as though it was necessary, if that makes any sense. Like, logically, I don't see how they could say, hey, yo, we f***ed up on sport, but maybe this time we can implement those same features. So I think, guys, we need to take a wait-and-see approach just for a second. Cool our fucking jets for 2 seconds, all right? The game hasn't even been out for 2 weeks, all right? There's already reports of errors and shit that they need to iron out, okay? Clearly, this was implemented for a reason, okay? Now, if I'm wrong, then I'll take it all back. You know, I have no problem with being wrong on this. But considering the history and considering the flack they took for sport, I don't think this is meant as a predatory response. Now, for those people who are bitching about the monetization, if you look at the monetization in comparison to GTA, and then the pricing of cars in this game versus the pricing of cars in GTA, there is no comparison. GTA is a straight scam compared to this. But the fact is, those monetizations are absolutely unequivocally, without fail, they are absolutely unequivocally not necessary. They're not necessary. Bitching about something when you could just as easily ignore it, and I mean just as easily, because I'm gonna be honest with you. If you say you don't have the time to be playing a game, then you shouldn't be buying a game like Gran Turismo, where you're going to need time to even learn the fucking controls. I'm sorry. You should stick to mobile gaming or something. I hate mobile gaming. Personally, I hate mobile gaming. I know how it feels. I know how it feels to think that you only have the time for mobile gaming, but let's just be honest. Let's just be real. This is a time-consuming game no matter how you look at it. No matter how you look at monetization. No matter how... And the only people who are going to bitch about monetization in this game are those pay-to-win fanboys, dude. So don't bitch about monetization, say it's a scam, when you know the only reason you feel like it's a scam is because you don't want to... You trying to buy a shit ton of monetization because you don't want to play the game. Dude, that's some bullshit. That's a bullshit train to ride. I'm going to be real with you. Review Tech USA. What the fuck, bro? We all know. I know by now you're buying monetization. I know by it. And you know what? I hate it. I hate it when people start grifting on how they hate monetization. But you know the whole time on some games, they're buying into it. Vote with your fucking wallet if you don't like it. I'm going to be real with you. Vote with your fucking wallet. But if you are buying monetization and then you're pissed because it's just a little pricey, and unfortunately, I'm going to be honest, like I said, you look at the comparison, look at Gran Turismo versus Grand Theft Auto. Now, I know that's not exactly the same, even the same game, but I will say this, that the car community in that game is exceptionally and exceedingly strong. Even the Atasha community. And which I love. Nothing but love for my Atasha boys, because that community is the best. Not even gonna lie, it's the best. It's like merging anime, games, and women in cars. I mean, they say heaven doesn't exist. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Like, even for an atheist. That's pretty close, okay? I'm gonna just be real with you. Like, the only people bitching about monetization here are the people who load up on it. It's just that simple. And if you play the game, you will get the credits to get things. Like I said, I haven't even done but 3 races. I've already got 41,000 credits in 2 hours. It's not all it's cracked up to be. A lot of these people are griefing, dude. They're grifting. Now, as far as the always online option, that is true. That is very real. I hope it's not a threat. I hope it's one of those things like in sport where we get an update later on. But I think we're going to have to give it some time. And like I said, I don't think this way. I think maybe in sport it was intentional, okay? I don't think it was intentional here. I think the intentions were more along the lines of giving those day one updates for any game-breaking bugs that might occur, for giving like those, first 2-week updates that you're going to need if you want the game to succeed, all right? Because I've already had the game freeze on me twice. I've had it blue screen on me when I live stream, which is a known issue, by the way. Anyone who is having a problem with that, they know about it. It's in their notes. I've had the screen black out on me when exiting a test. So that happens. There are some game-breaking bugs that I've had to actually close the app to restart the app in order for it to work, all right? So I think when we look at like the always online function, we need to think about these things as well, because I don't know, we always panic. The fucking problem with the gaming community is the first thing we do is panic, okay? And right now, with this being what it is, I don't think we have enough reason for panic just yet. If this continues, if the online-only function were to continue past the first month, and they say, look, there's nothing we're going to do about it, then fucking get in an uproar. Be pissed. But I can't see, because I'm going to be real, I don't see these people as being stupid. All right? I really don't. And the type of backlash they got from sport, I think they learned their lesson, guys. Let's just cool our jets for a second, all right? Because ultimately, from what I've played, and I've only put a couple hours into it, I've enjoyed it. I've actually enjoyed the experience. And believe it or not, I feel like it's a smoother drive than sport, which is odd because I thought it was going to be a little more difficult. I'm only on the normal mode. I'm not on like difficult level right now. I'm like on the normal with like full settings, but I turn those settings off. I turn the TA. I for some reason, I think the TCS is... If you've seen my live stream of sport, you'll understand I just, for some reason, work better with the TCS off or the TCS set to 1. But I didn't realize that that when I put on the support systems, it was going to go with TCS at full 5. I thought maybe it was just like going to put it at 3 and then ABS at 3, But apparently, I don't know if you can even change ABS. I haven't went, like I said, I haven't went in that far in depth on it. I haven't even gotten to car customization yet, which is okay. I haven't put enough time in, but I'm gonna be real with you guys. It hasn't been out for a week. The always online bitching, come on, cut that shit out for just give them some time. All right, just give them some time. I fail to think that they would not learn from past games. Cool down, take 2 steps back, and let's ask them why they did it before we go off on the jaw and assume, all right? Because honestly, like I said, there's a whole list of bugs that came out with the game on launch. It's kind of hard to think, wow, I saw the backlash. Dude, that shit made headline news. I don't think they didn't learn from that, okay? And maybe I'm being a little optimistic, and that's really rare for me, by the way. I'm not a fanboy of this game. Ask any of my friends. I fucking suck at racing games. I didn't used to. I used to be really good, and I've owned all of them up till sport, except for 6. I never owned 6. Sorry, I was in a homeless state at that point. My life went off the rails. But all that aside, like I said, let's just cool down. Let's just cool down, guys. Seriously. Because like I said, okay, I'm on like, I'm not even through the test, but I've already got 42 1,000 credits. The monetization shit that people are bitching about, it's because they don't want to play the game. They just want to say they have the money and then lie about playing the game. I mean, that shit, that's the most nitpicky shit I've seen. It really is. If it's optional, let it be optional. The monetization issues I would have are if it's like really predatory. If the only possible way you could buy this vehicle was through actually buying the money, like buying it with your money, that would fucking kill me. That would kill this game quick. So like, I think that the monetization is at a perfect area. I don't think it needs to get any worse, and I don't think it needs to change. As for the rest of that, so far I've been having a really good time. The music I'm vibing with, and this is all music I've never heard before. So it's not like music I already knew I would like, but I'm actually liking it. I'm loving the jazz. I'm loving the mellow vibes that some of the music gives you. And then I'm loving the music rally, and that new implementation is really cool. But I've been seeing so much hate on Twitter. There's a whole Twitter page just saying don't buy this game, and it hasn't even been out for fucking a week. Come on, guys. Come on. Cool your fucking jets, man. Just drive. You know? Just drive. Just relax and drive. That's all you gotta do. Peace. Zanexia 2013, trying to bring some reason to the masses. I'm not simping, I swear. But let's just cool the fuck down. Alright? Peace.